Welcome to Good Morning KU. This is our first show of the entire semester, and I'm really excited about it. I'm your host, Olivia Jones.
And I'm your host, Tyler Quigley.
And this is our first Good Morning KU on Friday mornings. They have earlier shows in the week, but this is our first show. We have a small crew, so we're going to be moving all around during the show today. But Tyler and I are here to open up the show, and we're just going to talk about things on campus and things that are going on. Right now, we have Hurricane Irma going on, and it's exciting for me because I'm an atmospheric science student, so I'm excited to learn all about how hurricanes work and the tracks and what's making it go towards Florida. And what are you thinking about the hurricane?
I think it's just really interesting when you look at it. You look at Irma and, you look at Harvey just a few weeks earlier. It's crazy that we have such high power hurricanes just one after another. It's very interesting. It's to see how this happened. It'd be something on your end where it's I feel like it'd be very interesting to find out how that occurred.
Because Hurricane Harvey was a hurricane category 5 when it hit Texas, but Irma is supposed to be a category 4 when it hits Florida. And it's just supposed to go all along the peninsula and not really give Florida any kind of break during its winds and rain, and it's just going to keep hitting and hitting. And talk about those airline tickets.
Getting hiked up to upwards of, $3,000. It's as if flying wasn't expensive enough as it was.
And then getting water, it's $55 a jug right now down in Florida. I don't know how they're expecting people to be financially stable at the end of this after rebuilding their home and everything there. And now on a lighter note, let's talk about our classes. We're now finishing the third week of school here for us. I'm a sophomore here, so I kind of know how things go around here, and you are also a sophomore?
Yes, I am also a sophomore. And yes, it's because 3 weeks in, we have about a week off of breaks, so really we're about 20% through the semester, so yay. And also, no. It's only going to get worse from here, so let's try and stick into this together.
Cal mentioned today that we are 20% through our semester, and that's kind of scary to me because I feel like I don't have a good grasp on my classes quite yet, as I'm sure that's how a lot of us feel right now. All right, and that's all I have to say for right now.
Yeah, I think I'm all said everything I need to.
And we'll be back with Kat, with our guest, right after this break.
Some say e-cigarettes aren't dangerous.
But science shows nicotine can harm teens' developing brains.
No matter how they're exposed.
Let's do an experiment to find out.
Here's a teen who won't be using e-cigarettes.
Now we need one willing to risk their brain development.
Care to volunteer your kid?
Hi, welcome back, and we have our first guest of the year, Cal Butcher. He is a KU professor and Media Crossroads director. Cal, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So tell us, how did you get Good Morning KU started?
When we started Media Crossroads about 5 years ago, we were thinking of ways to get students involved, and another professor suggested, we should have a good show. Make it like Good Morning make it like Good Morning America. We'll have a show, and students will get to do sports and get to do weather and get to do all these things. So we created it totally from scratch. I had students in my 2 classes and volunteers come in, and it was kind of like today. Nobody had done it before, so we just said, okay, we're going to do a show. Who wants to host? And we had a couple of hosts, and we got through the show, and it was really fun, and we got through the semester. We used to do shows 5 days a week. Good Morning KU was 5 days a week, and I had a full crew every day. And we are now on, I counted last night, we're on 623 shows.
Oh my God, that's so many.
We've never missed a day.
That's incredible. So what are some of the biggest differences from the beginning of the show until now?
I think at the beginning, because it was new, we had seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. Everybody was involved because nobody had done it before. And so we had big crews. And then what happened was students would be on this show for a semester or two, and then they would want to create their own show. So I had sports shows and politics shows and shows about being Greek and shows about being Jewish. So it kind of filtered out a little bit. And then the seniors who had been on the show when they were freshmen and sophomores didn't want to be on it when they were seniors. So now the crews are smaller, and they're mainly from my class and they're freshman volunteers.
Okay, so about how many other shows do you have going on throughout a semester?
We have anywhere from 10 to 15 different shows that we produce here. Good Morning KU and Good Evening KU is a great show for beginners to get and be involved on because they get to do everything in front of and behind the cameras. We have shows about sports, politics, entertainment. We have 4 shows down in, or 3 shows this semester down in Dole, which are more traditional reporting shows like local news. And then we have shows about sports. We have lots of shows about sports.
KU sure does love its sports.
We do.
So how can students get involved in different shows if they are really interested in getting involved in this kind of stuff?
Everybody should get involved. Everybody needs video, especially in journalism. There's going to be an aspect of video for it to get involved in. So get involved. Come down to Media Crossroads, see me. I will find a show that you can be on.
Awesome.
The only commitment that we ask for volunteers is if you are going to join a show, you need to come every week because we're a team and we need to be able to count on you.
Okay, perfect. So what are some of your favorite memories of Good Morning KU from over the years?
I have a lot of great memories. Every time we reach a milestone show, like 100, 200, 400, we try to do a special show where we invite people back from the earlier shows. We have done specialty shows. One year, I had a bunch of students on the crew who all were Spanish minors, so we did Cinco de Mayo show all in Spanish.
Oh, that's so cool.
One year in my class, I had Chinese students. We did a show all in Chinese. One year I had a bunch of students from Chicago. Our director today is from Chicago. We did a show that was all Chicago sports. All the students came in and they were wearing their Bears gear and their Bulls gear and their Cubs gear, and we had Chicago beef imported from Wayne and Larry's, and we did a big Chicago show, and it was really fun. We did one show from Wesco Beach live outside, and I had a pie thrown in my face. So
Really?
that's probably one of my best memories.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so funny. So, is there anything else you would like to add?
No, other than, this is the first show. At the beginning I said I would never be a guest, so I challenge all the students to find guests. At the beginning of the semester I give everybody a break, and I'm the first guest, so that was an easy one. So I invite anybody out there who wants to be on Good Morning KU or wants to be a guest on our show to get a hold of us and sit here and join the fun.
All right, Cal, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
All right, and we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with Tyler in the news.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Tyler Quigley. This is your Friday Good Morning KU news update. Hurricane Irma continues to get closer and closer to the Florida coast. The latest forecast has its path headed directly to Miami and then Central Florida. Governor Rick Scott has ordered all public schools, including universities, to prepare for the storm, and evacuations have clogged the state's highways. Irma is currently on the north side of Cuba and expected to hit the U.S. Saturday afternoon. The 19-year-old man charged with murder at a Northside motel last weekend is now back in Lawrence. Tyrone Carvin was arrested in Kansas City earlier this week, but has now been transferred to Douglas County Jail. He is accused of murdering 23-year-old Cameron Hooks during a robbery attempt. Carvin's next court appearance will be on Wednesday. For some, it's good news. For others, it's bad news. But Tyson Foods has announced plans for a $320 million poultry complex to be built in Tonganoxie by 2019. The proposed plant would employ up to 1,600 people. Those against the project say the town of 5,000 cannot handle that type of growth in such a short time. The NFL season kicked off last night in Foxborough, Massachusetts. The Kansas City Chiefs knocked off the defending Super Bowl champions 42-27. New England looked unstoppable on their first 2 drives, but the Chiefs weathered the storm and won going away. KU Athletics will be collecting a variety of items at all home events in September in order to help those impacted by Hurricane Harvey. Fans may donate new clothing, non-perishable food items, toiletries, and other miscellaneous items in various donation bins located outside Memorial Stadium, Rock Chalk Park, and the Horsch Family Athletic Center. The undefeated KU volleyball team plays twice today and once tomorrow. The Jayhawks take on Belmont at noon and then Purdue at 7 p.m. in Horsch Family Athletic Center. On Saturday night, KU will get another shot at Creighton, the team that knocked them out of last year's NCAA tournament. The football team will play Central Michigan tomorrow afternoon, and the soccer team plays Texas A&M on Sunday afternoon at Rock Chalk Park. And that will wrap it up for today's news update. Please keep watching, and after the break, Olivia will be back with the weather.
Welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Olivia Jones and I am your weather forecaster for this morning. Right behind me is an image of all three hurricanes in the Pacific Ocean right now. So down here is Jose, and then we have Irma, and then over here we have Katia. And Katia will be a Category 3 when it hits Mexico, and it looks like it's getting there right now. The eye wall is about to pass over the border of Mexico. And then Irma right here, you know, it's supposed to hit Florida early Sunday morning, late Saturday night. Katia, Jose is not, we're still trying to see where it's gonna go. A lot of the different ones are showing that it's gonna go a bunch of different places. And then right here is another look. It's a little cleaner and you can see each hurricane and all the names, and you can see just where they're at better in the ocean. Right now it is 64 degrees here in Lawrence, Kansas on top of the hill. Behind me is an image of Anschutz's library, and you can see how there are no clouds in the sky. So we're expected to warm up pretty quickly, and that's up to 85 degrees. So before I go to marching band today, I'm gonna put on shorts because it's gonna be really hot. Winds are not supposed to pick up any for us either, so we're expected to stay, it's gonna feel like a really hot 85, not just a cool one. As expected, we're gonna warm up, and then as we go into the evening, we're not gonna cool down much just because there's no wind, the heat's gonna stick around for us. For Saturday, it's gonna be a lot like today. Not many winds. There will be a little bit of cloud cover, so wear your shorts and your tank top to the KU game Saturday afternoon. Kickoff's at 3, so I expect to see everybody there. As we head into the weekend and the early week, a lot like today. There's not much going on in the atmosphere, so I don't expect very many changes. And that's all I have for you. I'm gonna wrap up the show here, and I expect to see you guys again next week at 10 a.m.